In 1974, a game came along called Tempo. It was Wolfgang Kramer's very first published game. And in 1980, it came back called Formula One. And again in 96 called Top Race. Well, today, Restoration Games is bringing this classic back with a brand new coat of paint, a bunch of new components in the box, and they've updated the rules a little bit to make it feel a little more modern. So today, I'm taking a look at Downforce. In Downforce, you own one or more cars racing to be the first across the finish line. Before the race begins, each player bids to buy a car and power card combo that they would like to own. Power cards can help you in various ways throughout the race with the ability they provide. Once everyone has purchased their cars, the race begins. On your turn, you play a single card from your hand and move all the cars listed from top to bottom, a number of spaces indicated. You can weave in and out of other cars, squeeze into tight turns, or block off other players so they can't pass through, or veer opponent cars into inoptimal paths. Whenever a car passes over one of the 3 yellow lines on the track, each player will bet on which one of the cars they believe will win the race. Hopefully it's yours, but it doesn't have to be. As cars pass over the finish line, they're moved to the winner's circle, denoting their placement. When the final card is played and the last car moves, you go to the scoring sheet and circle all the bets you won, take the winnings for your car's placement, subtract the amount you paid initially, and then the player with the most money is the winner. I gotta say that I love what Restoration Games is doing here. They're taking older games that were really good, but they might be showing some age now. They're bringing them back, they're making them look awesome, and they're updating the rules to make them play a lot better for today's gamer. I love this, and you can tell that they are paying so close attention to detail with both the components and the gameplay because the stuff they're going to put out is great. Now, starting off, I gotta say, I have nothing bad to say about Downforce. Not a single solitary thing because it is just fun. It's dead simple to play, teaches in like 2-3 minutes, and you're off to the races, no pun intended. This game is great. It's just fun. So, initially, you're going to bid for cars, and this is great because you got both the colors of the car and you have a power card that's attached to them that gives the driver some sort of ability that you can use throughout the game. Now, the bidding is great because not only does the color matter, because you have a hand of cards when you start and you're looking at your cards, which one of the colors is going to work best with the hand that I was dealt, because each one of them, you move the cars and you might get a hand that has a lot of orange moving in it. So you want to get orange. But then you also have to pay attention to the power card that's attached to them because those can really help you throughout the game. You have to weigh which one you're going to do. And you have to worry about how much you're bidding because obviously money is points in the end of the game for the win. You don't actually have to win the race to win the game. Helps a lot, but you don't have to. So you kind of have to do I really want to put that much money in because it might hurt me in the end game? Really cool aspect to this game. But then the actual game starts. And it is dead simple to play the game. It's got one card, play it on the table. You move all the cars in the order top to bottom. But even though it's that simple, there's a lot of cool tactical decisions that you can be making in this game because, depending on when you play the cards and the way the cards are laid out at the moment on your turn, you can really do some neat things. You can block people off. It's a bit of a take that game. You can block people off so they can't move on their turn, or they're going to have to figure out how to move on their turn. Or you can waste some movement on the rest of your card. You move you ahead of the pack, and then you move a guy to block off the narrow passage, and then everybody else on your card can't move because there's no space for them. So you're kind of cheating them out of that movement. Really neat aspect. When you go into turns, if you hug the center of the curve, you get less spaces you have to move. But if you go on the outside, it takes a lot of movement to go around the outside. So you can screw your opponents by putting them on the outside on your turn. Really neat tactical things that you can do here. And then you go into the betting phase. There's betting. And I believe this was added for this edition only. And it kind of feels a little like Camel Cup, Upper Cup. I don't know which one it really is. Irrelevant. But the fact is, the bidding is similar, right? Like you get past those yellow lines, you bet on who you think is going to win the race, and you'll win money, whether it's you or another person, and that can help you win at the end of the game. So it's really cool how there's 3 points where you stop in the game and you're like, all right, who do I think is going to win here? Who do I think is doing well? Who's holding back their good cards and might just shoot ahead at the end? Some things you got to think about here. This game is terrific for both families and gamers. It takes about 30 minutes, doesn't overstay its welcome. As a matter of fact, everybody wants to play it again after the game is over just because it's so much fun. I haven't played with a single person yet who has said, eh. And I don't care about IndyCar racing at all, or NASCAR racing, or any racing for that matter. I don't care about it. A good game is a good game, and this one is a winner. So I highly recommend you check out Downforce. Thank you so much for checking out my review of Downforce. If you like board game reviews and discussion and talk and about miniatures games, role-playing games, card games as well, please check out the Secret Cabal Gaming Podcast, our audio show. You can find that at thesecretcabal.com or on iTunes. And also, before you click the X, make sure you click the subscribe link down below so you can be alerted to any time I put up a new video. Until next time, have a good one.